12 rounds of World Heavyweight Championship Boxing, the WBC title. The man, the taller of the two, Lennox Lewis, the champion, making his fourth defense of the title he won in perhaps some controversial circumstances, but he's defended successfully 3 times. And Oliver, the Atomic Bull McCall, who's in the black trunks with the gold trim down the side, is expected to be a very worthy challenger. Lewis coming in at exactly 17 stones, and McCall 16.5 stones and just about a quarter of a pound. And Lewis, some 3 inches taller, has a considerable reach advantage, but McCall has been in with a lot of very good opponents, including Tony Tucker, the man against whom Lewis made his very first defense in Las Vegas in May of 1993. The last time Lewis was in this ring was to defeat Gary Mason for the British and European heavyweight titles. Gary Mason somewhere at ringside, making his comeback and wondering, will he ever get to fight at this level again, and will indeed he ever get to fight Lennox Lewis? So the taller champion, Lewis, and he really needs a big win. He's not still terribly highly rated by pundits across the pond in the United States of America, whereas Oliver McCall certainly is rated as #1 challenger by the 3 major governing bodies of world boxing: the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF. And the man who was the former sparring partner for Mike Tyson, Oliver McCall, relatively unknown in this country, is expected to give Lennox Lewis a very hard fight, and if he rips in any more right hands like that to the body of Lewis, then those predictions will be completely correct. Lewis tends to start very tentatively. He did just that in his last title defense against Phil Jackson in Atlantic City in May of this year, before getting to grips with the challenger then and winning the fight in the 8th round. He does throw a very good right hand, Oliver McCall, and Lewis will have to watch that. He tends to drop his left occasionally. Lewis trying to work behind the jab. That's rather wild by McCall. Perhaps wishes to pressurize the champion to get the fight over with as early as possible. McCall very heavily muscled, very strong, and reckons he's in the best condition of his life. Good right hand, a good slicing right by the champion. And that's the first sign we've seen of that strong punch by Lewis. Well, what an opening first round. And while the Wembley Arena is by no means packed to capacity, there's a tremendous atmosphere. Lennox Lewis, a little bit of work being done just underneath his left eye.
Okay. Stay with your jab. That's the key. Stay on the stick. Keep him in the circle. When he's inside, try to catch him with the uppercut coming in.
Final instruction then to Lennox Lewis. An interesting first round with both men letting a little bit go from the armory, but there's plenty more still there, one suspects. And Lewis working again behind that jab. He's got very fast hands for a big man, very athletic. Lewis unbeaten, remember, after 25 fights. Oh, he's got him. Oh, Lewis walked into a right hand, and that was the sucker punch that they worried about. And Lewis staggers, and the referee has decided it's all over. My goodness, what an upset, and Lennox Lewis's career must now be in tatters. Oliver, the Atomic Bull McCall, the 29-year-old from Chicago, has stopped Lennox Lewis, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, in the 2nd round. McCall says, I told you so, I told you so, reminiscent of Muhammad Ali 3 decades ago. And Oliver McCall and his entourage cannot simply believe it themselves. It was a right hand delivered with startling ferocity and startling speed, and Lennox Lewis dropped the left almost imperceptibly and walked straight onto it. The class Lennox Lewis counted out with less than a minute of the 2nd round gone. The crowd can't believe it. It was a tremendous...
See, there's the right hand that I was telling you about. Roderick just caught him with the right hand. And, as you know, Lennox Lewis will try to retaliate.
Well, Rahman has a terrific record in terms of the knockouts. There was a good combination by Lewis.
That was a nice left uppercut right here.
Manny Stewart not too far away from us in the Lewis corner, just gesturing to his man to come forward. Oh, uppercut once again.
Nice uppercut.
Short right hand inside for the champion.
Lincoln is catching him now. Probably working on that eye, that left eye.
Good jab by Lewis, and he looks a lot stronger in this round. Oh, uppercut by the champion. Rahman in a little bit of trouble. To be fair to him, he came back, and that right hand of his has come in. And what a great challenger he is.
Rahman said that he's going to make this war. He's got to get close in case they beautiful. This is what he was trying to suck on his Lewis and get him to the right here.
Fifth. Rahman still there.